You're with Julian on the Brown Notes and Sussan Ley versus Jacinta Price. So Sussan Ley has been elected the leader of the Liberal Party by 4 votes, indicating that there's a very knife-edge level of support for her. She beat Angus Taylor in his Well Done Angus plus Jacinta Price ticket. So, I mean, it's how I wanted the vote to go. So I wanted Sussan Ley in the leadership role now. So they had a populist right person who's being called a centrist, when populist right is exactly what they want to get rid of, versus populist right plus populist right. So she's now being called the Malcolm Turnbull. I saw someone on Sky at night call her Malcolm Turnbull in drag. That's all right then. Which she isn't at all. She was known as being very populist right, but the reason I wanted her in the position now is that whoever gets elected leader of the Liberal Party now in Australia, I don't believe is going to be there for more than a couple of years. It's going to be so much infighting and so on that I really wanted them to go to the election with the Angus Taylor Jacinta Price ticket. So that's what my fingers are crossed for. That will be one of the greatest things to have ever happened in Australian politics. So the Liberal Party's problem with women has been replaced by a Liberal Party problem with their own women. We've seen the rise of Jacinta Wright, anointed by Gina Rinehart and Rupert Maxwell, going back to the 1980s here, with Rupert Murdoch. To me, she's populist right wing and has shown that. And she's being touted as being a moderate, and I just don't see it. Sky at Night are already going for her. The more rabid sections of the right-wing news media are going for her. They wanted Angus, one of the dumbest people in politics. They wanted him. And, the Gina Rupert axis of evil have their knives out for Sussan Ley already. So the only place she could possibly garner support from actually are gonna hammer her to death. As soon as she puts up her hand and says, I'd like to do 1% on climate change, they're gonna oust her. She won by 29 votes to 25. That's not a glowing recommendation. Especially not when nearly half your party are prepared to put up with a ticket of Angus Taylor and Jacinta Price. Imagine that. They really aren't ever going to learn anything. I mean, it's possible that the Liberal Party will fade, completely. Because it really does feel like the future that they see themselves in is Jacinta and Angus. And that is not a future that the Australian public will be on board with. It's impossible to unite a party that doesn't even stand for anything. They stand for culture wars and attacking Labour, and the public don't care. They don't even want it. I mean, what are Labour up to now? 93 seats? It's just ridiculous. And half of the people in the party that are making the decision on who's leader are populist right wing. So it's where they will take her down. And Jacinta has, shown her utter ruthlessness. She desperately wants to be leader of the Liberal Party. She is terrible. I mean, not only ignoring her moral stance in selling out her own people for people like Rupert and Gina. Every time she speaks, she's just rubbish. And they love her because she says the things that they want her to say. But as a leader who will get a galvanised party behind her, that is never, ever happening. She's not a leader at all. She's a good mouthpiece on Sky at Night. So the right will gain control eventually. And let's be honest, Sussan Ley is actually incompetent and useless. And she's got so many skeletons in her closet from not even being leader, from the whole sports rorts thing to using public money to fly up to buy an extra apartment in Queensland. And she's shown no judgment. And she's not good in front of a camera. She's the interim manager. I almost feel sorry for her. She's sort of keeping it warm. And my only fear is that they actually get somebody that is good, but they won't be supported by the party if they are. It's kind of like Angus and Jacinta are on the back burner, or maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, Jacinta as leader. But I actually feel kind of sorry for Sussan Ley.